What's up, friends? A few episodes ago, you saw us make those upside down apple pie tarts. Well, today we are doing some savory ones using shallot, prosciutto, and a little bit of ricotta. These things are absolutely amazing. You need to try them. Let's get into the recipe. Once you get your puff pastry out of the fridge and get it out onto your surface, make sure that it's well floured, and then flour the top of your puff pastry. And then you're gonna wanna flour your rolling pin. Get some flour in your hands and just roll it across the rolling pin. Hey. All right, and then we're gonna roll this out. So you don't want it to be too big, but big enough so that it will cover all of your tartlets. Oh, and if that happens, that's okay. Just take it out and kind of do one of those. There we go. That looks very nice. If it folds over like this, that is okay, because we're gonna pinch the sides anyway and it's gonna bake all the way up. So then you're gonna wanna cut it into very nice, even pieces. And we're gonna get 9 pieces out of this. So you're gonna wanna cut it in thirds. That's not quite thirds, but that's okay. We're gonna find a way to figure this out, because we can always adjust and make it how we want it to be. And now it's time to assemble. We're gonna wanna prep our shallots and we're gonna have them julienne, which means they're gonna be cut the long ways. So we want enough so that we can get it in every single bite of all of our pastries. So cut the tops off, and these have already been pre-peeled. Then slice them in half. And we're gonna wanna cut them into long pieces. So you should end up with pieces kind of like this. We've opened up our ricotta. It is nice and ready to go. We've also got our prosciutto, and I've torn it into kind of smaller pieces. That way we can put a little bit of prosciutto in there. We don't want to put full pieces in there just because they might not cook all the way through, or it might not get everything cooked all the way through, and we want to make sure that everything has an even bake. So once we're ready to get started, we are going to assemble on our pan. So we are going to start with a little bit of olive oil. Whoa, that was a lot. That's okay. Drizzle on some of that shallot. Maybe move some of the oil back with it, just because, you know, we need to move a little bit back. We put a little bit too much on there, that's okay. Put on our prosciutto. And then top with a dollop of our ricotta. And then we're gonna take one of our puff pastry doughs and put that right over the top of it, making sure to seal everything in. And you can smush it down a little bit, that's okay, because we wanna kind of get it spread out in there. And it's gonna end up almost like a ravioli. And once you have everything in there, we are gonna smash the sides with a fork. Get a nice seal on them. My motto in the kitchen is it doesn't need to look good, it just needs to be delicious. And I think that if you've been on my channel a little while, you will see that nothing is more true than that. Everything I make is a little bit messy, but it is absolutely delicious. And now this is ready to bake. I lied last time I said they were ready to bake. Don't forget to egg wash them. And I seem to have lost my pastry brush. So I am using a makeup brush, yes, but it has not been used. It is a clean makeup brush, but we are gonna dip this into our egg wash, or into our egg, I'm sorry, and then lightly brush the tops of our pastries. And just make sure you get a nice even coat on there. Now we're gonna pop these in the oven at 375 for about 15 to 20 minutes until they're nice and golden brown, and they're gonna be really, really fluffy. Just wait until you see how these turn out. Take your pastries out of the oven and they should be golden brown just like this and sizzling. I don't know if you can hear the sizzle, but hopefully. after your pastries come out of the oven, it's time to flip them. So as you can see, I've already flipped these two, but we're gonna flip this one here. So just take a fork and lightly go under there. It shouldn't stick too much, but because the ricotta was on top, it might slip a little bit to the bottom. So you're just going to flip this very carefully, making sure that everything stays intact. And look at how beautiful that all looks. And then we're gonna garnish it with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and some parsley flakes. So go ahead and get your salt. Put a tiny bit of salt on there. You really don't need too much because the prosciutto provides a lot of salt itself. A little fresh cracked black pepper. And a sprinkle of parsley. Now you can pick these up and enjoy. This is a good tart. This is a really good tart. This makes my heart happy. Try these ones. I don't care what you've seen. Try these ones.